Welcome, Big Talk Nation, to another episode of the Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg. This is Chris.
This is Greg.
And this is Pantera Cowboys from Hell.
Hell yeah. But what special month are we celebrating, Chris? Let's start off with
This
that.
is week one of our third annual.
Yes.
Third. Can you fucking believe it?
Yes.
Third annual heavy metal month.
Ooh, I love it.
Where we do nothing but play them heavy metal classics. Starting the month off right here with Pantera.
Love
Cowboys
it,
from
dude.
Hell.
This is a bitchin' way to start this shit off, man.
Oh, yeah. Classic groove metal, thrash metal, kind of a little bit mix it in there. Pantera comes out the other side. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this album a little bit. 1990, if I believe, July 24th, 1990.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I guess we can dive right into the whole fact about how they say this is their debut album. We might as well just get that right off the bat, even though it's their fifth studio album. Pantera says this is this is when Pantera started. This is our true debut album.
Yes.
Even though it wasn't their first studio album, it was actually their fifth. But this is really when the Pantera that everybody knows and loves today came out with their Pantera sound.
Sure. And if anybody tries to go find the first four albums, you can find them. So to me, this is...
I don't agree. You can't ignore your past, dude, because everything makes you who you are.
Okay.
And actually, I think the album before this, Power Metal, is actually a really fucking good album.
Did you say you had a tape of it?
No, I have it somewhere on like a hard drive or on a music device. Somewhere I have it. I actually Googled it today. There's people selling it. People are they're selling originals, but then some people are like on Etsy where they've actually made a cassette. It looks like it's legit, but it's one that they made that has the music on it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, so you can get it.
All right.
But yeah, those are out of print now. Let's fast forward. Let's fast forward.
All right.
To Cowboys from Hell was the lead-off track. This is one of the great songs, metal songs of all time right here.
Hell
to lead
yeah,
off.
man.
And this really kind of just, if you wonder what Pantera sounds like, you just put this. I love this album. This is probably my favorite album by them. I love this opening track, and it really gets you ready for everything that's to come on the album.
Oh, fuck yeah. You can't deny that, man. Chris, this album starts off the lead-off track. It takes no prisoners and gives it to you, man.
Yeah.
You're right. It sets you up for, 11 more heavy rockin' grooving metal songs, man.
Yeah, when I listen to this, I think about this as like their coming out song.
Yeah.
We are the Cowboys from Hell. We're here. We're going to come out. We're going to be in your face. We're going to take over the world. Stop us if you can, but I don't think you'll be able to. That's really the vibe I get off of this. And that's people, for the most part, a lot of people, when this album came out, that's the way they were feeling. And they loved it, dude. We're going to come out. We're going to fucking kick your ass. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And that's exactly what Pantera is doing.
That's
what they did.
what they did, man.
I had no problem listening to that song from beginning to end. As a matter of fact, I'm glad we were able to stretch it.
Right? Oh, man.
Track 2, Primal Concrete Sledge.
Another one. I mean, you just get your ass kicked from that first song, and then they go into this, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, dude. They actually musically step it up a notch right here on this one.
Yeah.
This one just like, what the fuck? Like sometimes, the first time you hear this, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? But I really think the music goes right along with the title and the lyrics. It just sounds like, the drums just are pounding like a Primal Concrete. So like Vinnie Paul is just on point with the drums. Everybody's on point. Let's just get that out.
Right.
I mean, obviously, let's all say, Dime is the star of pretty much everything Pantera has ever done.
I believe so.
You obviously some songs are like, Vinnie Paul, Rex, Phil. They have they are given moments to shine, and believe me, they do that.
Okay.
And they shine like a motherfucker. But the one person that's always the person you can't wait to hear what they're gonna do in each song is Dimebag Darrell, and he delivers on every single track on this album.
All right.
Riffs, solos,
groove,
whatever
shred,
grooves,
whatever
everything, attitude.
Yeah.
Phil adds a lot of that attitude with his vocals. He changes his vocal stylings in a lot of these songs, but man, Dime is really what for me Pantera is about.
Exactly, man. You just that guy is, you know, he made Pantera like the staple, I want to say, and similar to the Van Halen brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie was a star of always Van Halen, right? And Roth had his own deal, and you know everybody was there. But for Pantera, Dime was the star, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And you know he brought everybody else along and know how to lift them, and they had kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I sense a lot of anger going on in this song. Like, I'm gonna smash you, dude. Like, that's all I get from this song. I love it, dude. It's an aggressive song, aggressive style of singing, aggressive. Everything in that song is aggressive. And, it fits fits better than OJ's glove. I'll say that, dude. Fits right in there.
Okay, you said that, right? Heavy. And then it goes into this. Now, this is heavy groove. This is Psycho Holiday, if we didn't say the name of it. And I love this too, man. There's just so much groove on this song, man, that just kicked ass.
I really think that, everybody talks about, first let's do this just so we can get this out of the way. Let's talk about who's in the band.
Okay.
Dimebag Darrell, lead, all guitars. Actually, I think on this album, he might have still been Diamond Darrell.
Yes.
I think he might have still been credited as Diamond Darrell. But he's Dimebag, Dime, most people call him. Phil Anselmo on vocals, Rex Brown on bass, some other stuff, a little piano I know he did on this album, some acoustic, and then Vinnie Paul, who's Dime's their brothers on drums. All right, now we can talk about what I was going to say, which I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, no, I remember. Dime gets a lot of credit for being this shredder. He gets a lot of credit for being this aggressive guitar player, but I think the one thing that people forget that really is a part of the Pantera sound and music is the riffs.
Yeah.
The riffs on these songs are unforgettable, and they stick with you. Yeah, the solos are amazing to listen to. Like, what the fuck was that? How did he do that? Never heard that before. But these riffs are just that groove dive bomb right there. He throws that in there just for fucking shits and giggles. Dude, the riffs, listen to this.
I know.
Dude, it's so killer. He's just the riff master, dude. He might be the riff master. I don't know. It's up to debate, but man, it doesn't get much better than him just playing the song.
Right? Totally on that one. I totally feel that way too, of the way he just dominates and throws some riffs and wow, dude, that's why to me, I'm so interested in listening to those first 4 albums, but it's not Pantera. This is Pantera from the beginning and how they got here. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love this, man. Yeah. This is so good.
So I don't know if we said track 3, Psycho Holiday. 3 songs, 3 different sounds.
Yes.
We had the Cowboys from Hell, which was just like a groovy headbanger. Primal Concrete Sledge made you want to go and fucking punch someone in the face. Now you got Psycho Holiday, who's got slowed it down a little bit. Still has that groove, not as aggressive. I'm kind of getting that. You know me, I always try to find what the song means. I really get that, like, we're dealing with someone that's psycho, going psycho. Maybe he's going into the insane asylum to take a break, or maybe he's going to do something psycho for his holiday.
Right.
But man, I always like to kind of, figure out what's going on. But all I know is that I love all these songs, dude. This Psycho Holiday is great. Anybody out there in the nation wants to chime in on what they think these songs are about, man, we'd love to hear from you guys.
Hell yeah.
But listen to that guitar solo.
Dude. I mean, I had to take my earplugs off once in a while, man. It was so good. I'm like, God damn, this is so good. And I love Phil's voice where he can go a little more higher in the screaming. You'll notice that differently in the next few albums that they do, but we won't really elaborate on that much. But on this one, he does go higher screaming on some of his vocals.
And he went away from that more so in the upcoming albums.
Yes.
This album, it fits.
Yes.
I get that they were really trying to get away from what they did on their first 5 albums, especially the last one. The last one is really more of a hybrid of this and what their first 3 albums before that were. Every once in a while, I still feel a little sprinkle of like glam or from that power metal album that they made. not power metal style. The name of the album is Power Metal. There's just every once in a while, and it's usually with Dime's guitar playing, you get a little bit of like, oh, that was cool. That sounded a little 80s, you know. You get that every once in a while. The Dive Bomb Master. Are you ready to go to the next song?
Hell yeah.
Here we go, dude. Like, listen to that riff, dude. I don't know if they ever could have, but if you hear it, if you have your headphones on, and I love the little nuances of, you can hear the pick on the strings.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can hear, they don't try, I don't even know if you could remove it, but they don't try to.
Yeah.
This is pure aggression on this song. Listen to this guy, dude. This is the Abbott brothers going at it like no one else can, dude.
What was the name of the song?
Heresy.
Heresy. All right.
Track 4. You know, I think this one's a little bit easier to find. It's about, you know, like rebellion, defiance, aggressive vocals, aggressive. I think it really goes well with like Primal, Concrete Sledge. I kind of glad they separated the two because you almost could have put them together. If not that they sound the same, but kind of same aggressiveness on them, dude. But man, this is pounding your face, dude.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
That's what we want. We want pounded in the face. And that's what they're giving you, man. They still haven't let up since the first note of this album.
Yeah. Listen to that double bass. Just comes in out of nowhere. Now we're out of it. Now we're back to just grooving. Then they're gonna come back and they may slap you in the face, and they're gonna come back the other way with the knuckles. You change it up, dude.
They're gonna slap you.
See, here's the thing, dude. Unfortunately, we aren't gonna go into it today, but you know, with Dime's passing, obviously, effectively, except for, you know, the carnation they have now of Pantera. You know, we're never gonna get anything like this ever again. This is one of those things where it's kind of like the magic was there when the magic was there. We're never gonna get another Pantera. We're gonna get other things down the line from other bands and other people. This band was, and you know what, I'll be honest with you, some of their stuff later on after this was a little bit out of my range of like, that might be, like I say, like with Slayer, I really wasn't like into Slayer, like Slayer, because it was just a little bit too much for me. I know it's good. It's like with like metalcore music. I love the music, I love the playing, but then they come in with their vocals sometime and it's like, you're turning me off a little bit. I can't understand what you're saying. You're too much.
Yeah.
Kind of with Pantera, when they started, they got a little bit heavier than, you know, I normally would listen to. Do I know it's good? Of course I know it's fucking good, dude. I know it's good, but it's just not on my playlist. This first album is right at my thrash level, right at my groove level, right at my. This is what
you want to hear.
Right here, the water's starting to boil.
Okay.
The water's starting to boil, dude. Just don't let it overflow onto the fucking burner. I love it, dude. Let's go. Yeah, Heresy is it. Listen to the drumming, dude. Is that a violin?
No.
Jesus, dude.
But you would think that, huh? You're like,
listen to
violin could make that sound. And these guys are just ripping, man. It's just
fuck. I get this is gonna be one of those more bands, I think, because that we're gonna get caught up, which we do sometimes when we're doing this show. We forget we're doing a show and we just sit there and go and just listen because it's so. Sometimes you just you can't believe what you're hearing.
That is a sometimes.
It's like an eargasm, dude. You just can't believe it. Oh, making my O face.
I think a lot of the time we did that was during the Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
So when we were doing Van Halen, David Lee Roth era, Van Halen, Sammy, and then 1984, me and you were just stopped once in a while. We're just like listening to the music. I think we did that with Extreme too.
I think so.
That kind of stuff.
It seems like whenever we get one of those guitar players that's just
right,
a virtuoso, Extreme, if you will. Any of those guys, you know, Nuno and Eddie and, you know, Dime. Sometimes you just want to listen to it. You just want to shut up for a second. You ready to go to the next song? Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, before we get on, is the light on? The camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's no red light. That's I'm making sure. Sorry.
Yeah, Greg, your face will be on YouTube.
Thank you. It's about time. Recognize.
So, all right. So we have these cameras here, just so everybody doesn't think that we're idiots. We have these cameras in the control system we have. It tells you which camera is displayed at that moment, so the light's only on for that one, although on the screen it shows that they're both recording. And Greg was scared that it was just going to be Big Talk with Chris.
Yeah.
With Chris's. Welcome to the Big Talk podcast with Chris's face and Greg's voice. Who's this Greg guy that keeps talking?
Right?
It's a mystery. Shut up. It's a mystery.
So, just going on.
Went beyond the gates.
Right? Just going on how this starts and how this is Cemetery Gates. This is just the kick-ass of showing the dynamic of Dimebag.
Yeah.
Of how he can play. And then now, of course, this is the band too. But this is just fantastic stuff that they slowed it down. It shows the range of Phil's voice from him screaming and growling to a little more, not really bringing it down to his voice, or he's kind of doing stuff, but he's at least a little more singing in a sense, and it's not too heavy and growling and shit.
I read an interview. I'm gonna burp in a second. I can feel it coming. I read an interview that Phil was giving about this song in particular. There went the burp. And he said he really wasn't down with this song. He wasn't keen on doing this song. People call it a ballad, whether it is or not. That's not the argument we're making right here. What I'm trying to say is he didn't really know if he was going to be able to get all into it, invested into this song. But then he was like, you know what? I have Primal Concrete Sledge. I have Hearsay. I have these other songs that I was able to get the Pantera aggression out. All right, I'm going to give this song all I have. He just wasn't sure how it was going to be. I don't think he could see it until it was done, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But he was hesitant at first. But he's like, you know what? I got all these other songs. Let's fucking go. And, dude, he really had to go all in on this or it wouldn't have worked. You can tell, like, right here when his vocals, right here. If he wasn't giving it his all, it wouldn't have sounded like this.
But, when people... So there was, 10 seconds, 15 seconds of a slower guitar sound? It doesn't really make it a ballad. You could kind of say that, but it's not really.
We'll use your word, balladish.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's a Pantera ballad.
There's a few here and there.
You know what I think this song is great for? I think this is the best Pantera entry-level song. You ever listen to Pantera? No. Do you listen to metal? Not really. This is the perfect song because it's not going to scare him away. Be like, oh, I don't like that heavy stuff. Yeah. This ease him right in. Oh, that's actually, that guitar playing. Oh, the vocals. What's the song about? Oh, that's great. What else do they have? Let's fucking go. Then you just fucking back button, back button, back button, back button. Cowboys from Hell. Oh, shit, this is good.
Yeah. So, you just saying that, that's how I was introduced to Slayer. Was just massive, aggressive band, and it wasn't really for me at first. And little by little, I started to get into it. But it did take some time. But I do remember listening to Slayer and going, this is too much. I don't like this. They're not singing. And little by little, I got it. So, yes, that is a great introduction to, say, Pantera or band that you'd want to check out.
Like you said, dude, I love this song. It's, Cemetery Gates, in case we didn't say it, Cemetery Gates. They had a music video for this. I think Cowboys from Hell, Psycho Holiday, and Cemetery Gates. Those are the releases. Domination, I know they have the live concert footage, the live concert video. But, man, the MTV had these videos on there. I never remember seeing them. Headbangers Ball, maybe I did, but I didn't know who Pantera was back then. I didn't really know. But I'm sure they were on a Headbangers Ball, at my grandma's house, as everybody knows. I forgot where I was going with that, but this song, it's about going like, what's beyond those cemetery gates? To me, that's what it means. Like, what happens after you die? Thinking about friends that have died, they're beyond those gates. It's all about going from life to death. What's past that? Once you're in the cemetery, That's kind of what this song to me is about. And I don't necessarily think it's in a morbid way. I think it's almost like a tribute to the dead, people that have passed. The video is pretty cool, especially for the time, 1990. It's got live music. It's got shit in the cemetery. I think they really did a good job of blending that together. Dime is on point. Listen to him go, dude. And then I love, as everybody knows, at the end of the song, the Phil and Dime guitar vocal battle at the end that is just the most phenomenal thing that you will hear. It's amazing. I love it, dude.
So from the first 30 seconds of the song to right now, is it still a ballad?
No.
Are you still forcing it down someone's throat and saying ballad? No. You know?
It's balladish.
Balladish. Still rocking, baby.
It doesn't identify as a ballad. I'm sorry, I don't identify as a ballad. I identify as a groove ballad from groove metal.
Oh.
With little hints of thrash. I can use the thrash and groove bathroom. That's how I identify. You know what? We're already this far. Here, this is the battle at the end. Let's go. I love this part of the song.
All right. I never looked at it as a battle, but yeah, it probably could be. See how he goes high? That's great.
Yeah.
It's showing his range.
I love it.
I don't think he goes that high on any
Dime
album.
Comes in right here.
Yeah. And
I know there are people out there going, I hope they play the whole song. I want to hear the end. So there you go, guys. If this thing gets pulled off of YouTube, it's your fault. Let's go to the next song.
Woo!
That's right. First take like a motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah. Domination.
I'm going to say this right now. This is my favorite song on the album.
Oh,
this is my favorite song on the album. Here we go. Dude, this is killer.
I was at Psycho Holiday. This is my favorite. I was Cowboys in Hell, but if I have to pick something else, Psycho Holiday was my favorite. It just got me on the groove.
Yeah, this one just gets me. This one gets me going, dude. It pounds. Dude, listen to his. He means this shit he's saying right now, dude. It's about like, to me, it's almost like being in a position where people have this, whatever it is, over you. Like you're being dominated, but you come out on top, and now you're the dominator. That's the feel of this song for me.
Okay.
Like I won't be taken for granted. I won't be dominated. You will not rule me. I'm gonna come out on top and be your dominator.
Oh, you almost busted a blood vessel there, dude.
And I love a guitar solo this song.
Right?
No, that was me right there again.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah.
The groove, dude, right here. Best groove on the album, dude. In my opinion, doesn't get any better than that. And of course, you brought it up earlier. They played. I'll have to look it up on the tour when they were in Moscow. Metallica and what was the other band that played in Moscow with them? Where this live one was recorded. I'm gonna have to look it up. Blah, 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 blah. Monsters of Rock. Monsters of Rock Festival. AC/DC, Motley Crue, Metallica, Black Crowes, Pantera. In the Soviet Union, 500,000 fans. If you guys go into YouTube, you can look that up. You don't have to look all that up. That was a lot. Just Pantera Domination Live. You'll see them playing in front of 500,000 crazy Soviets, Ruskies, if you will. And it is an amazing performance because it's the live version.
Yeah,
it's not a live shot with the album dubbed. It's the live version. It's better than this one. The live one's better than this. It's crazy, dude. It's so good. Is that the one you're talking about? It's like black and white?
Yeah. So they're in Moscow, dude. They're probably drinking some vodka. Some Smirnoff.
Oh, man. This is some good stuff right here.
Damn, dude. You can't.
And you know, so when this album came out in 1990, they supported it. They were on a tour with another thrash pioneer, Exodus. And Suicidal Tendencies. They went on a 2-year. I don't know if it was necessarily with those two bands, but they embarked on a tour with them. Rob Halford performed with them a couple times on stage. They went to open for Priest in Europe.
Yeah, right.
Tour with them. Here we go. But listen to Rex.
Right?
Listen to Rex in the back.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, that's killer back there, dude. That's headphones.
Right?
Headphones and albums. They open for bands like Skid Row, Sepultura, Fate's Warning, Prong, Mind Over 4. I don't really know sure that is. Morbid Angel, White Zombie, Sanctuary. They co-lined a North American tour with Wrathchild America, and then the tour in Russia. I mean,
and that was all this tour, right? The Cowboys
that
from Hell.
was in support of this album. Listen
Damn.
to this. Hey, this part of the song. You know what this song this reminds me of? That part in Metal Gods. With what it sounds like. It's the forks. We talked about it was a sound. With the metal god walking. That's what this reminds me of. The footsteps.
That does sound like that, dude.
I just want to get a little bit of this. Then that plays out.
Woo!
All right, dude. Let's go to the next song.
All right.
By the way, that was number 6, Domination.
Right.
Track 7, Shattered.
This is just killer, man. It's funny. Sometimes you just have one guitarist, and it almost sounds like there's two guitars sometimes, in a sense, of them just ripping through, man. Fuck. So
no,
good.
I never saw these guys live. So obviously in the studio, you can have one guitar player lay down the rhythm. You can have, then he can come in and do solos over the top or whatever else over the top. I wouldn't even guess. I'm gonna say 100%. They didn't have anybody else behind the curtain playing. It was just them four. Sometimes the band will have the keyboard guy or like another guitar player off to the side or behind the curtain. These guys weren't playing those games. Probably one couldn't afford those games. Secondly, Dime didn't need it.
Nope, not at all.
That's the beauty of the studio,
right?
You get to do that.
So before we go on, who was producer of this?
Oh, I got it all for you right now. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Terry Date.
Terry Date. Yeah. I think he was more of the new metal or 90s producer. We talk about Bob Rock and Tom Warman and Beau Hill and all those guys from the 80s. Terry Tate was one of those guys, I believe, was there for the 90s.
Terry Date, all I did was I read a little blurb on when I was researching Pantera, and they were talking about that too. They wanted for their producer because of his work with I think it was like Overkill, Soundgarden, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's a perfect guy you want to have produce your record. I get it. I mean, Overkill was a big influence for these guys, and may come up later in heavy metal, man.
Yeah, right.
But then I'm looking at this list of bands and albums that he did. Metal Church, The Accused, Dream Theater, Soundgarden, Mother Love Bone, Screaming Trees. Here's another one I'm going to throw at you just to prove my point. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Dude, Metal Church, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Soundgarden, Mother Love Bone, Screaming Trees. These are all bands from Washington.
Yeah, right.
So I'm wondering if he had some kind of tie, if he lived up there or what happened. But I see a lot of Washington bands, Washington State bands, and artists in there. And as soon as I saw Sir Mix-a-Lot Swass, which takes me back to like the day back in the 80s, a rap album, kind of cheesy now dude, when you listen to it. But man, they couldn't. I think that someone else was actually in line for it. I can't remember. It was who. I do remember that he passed on the job because he was gonna go do Lynch Mob's Wicked Sensation album. Maybe I can find it here. Was the original person that they had wanted.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Let's see if I can find that here. I probably can.
That was just a killer song, dude.
Oh, yeah,
dude. Shattered? Jesus Christ. Man.
I know we kind of talked over it, but yeah, let's go. Clash with Reality.
Yeah.
Track 8. Slow down a little bit.
But you got that groove sound.
That groove,
so
dude.
If you're saying slow, so we're not playing fast, but now I'm giving you a heavy groove that's just you can still rock to.
Yeah, this riff is like,
damn.
Makes me want to look into your eyes.
Move it.
So yes, like we had said earlier, July 24th, 1990, this was released. They recorded it between late 89 through April 90 in Texas. 3 releases: Cowboys from Hell, Cemetery Gates, and Psycho Holiday. All had music videos. I think they maybe filmed the live parts in one show. I think they did. It was at a club that's in Texas. The Border something or other. I'm gonna have to look. Oh, by the way, the first producer they wanted was Max Norman because he had worked with Ozzy.
Oh,
but then last minute he said, "No, I'm gonna go do this album."
Got it.
I wonder how different this would have sounded with a different producer. Because
right?
Producers like to put their stamp on it.
They put some spin and they put some of their knowledge into the band to make, bring stuff out of them. You're right. You probably got a different sound.
Yeah, dude. To me, the song is about somebody that doesn't live in reality and then reality fucking smashing them in the face. And you're having that clash between this is what you want and this is reality. This is the way it is. And those two worlds clashing together. That's kind of what I get. Or even like anything or anyone or any group or anything that comes up against a fucking reality check.
Right?
Like, you're going to have this clash with reality. Like, you better be ready for it. You don't live in a fantasy world. Shit's going to come up and smack you in the face, just like Pantera did for the last 7.5 songs. Woo! Oh, that's killer, dude.
Right?
Simple.
Yeah. Simple. Heavy. Groove. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So I'm saying, dude, he's a riff master.
You want to bring me the next song?
Yeah, let's go.
Next song, Medicine Man. See? Start off with a drum beat. And if I'm correct, I think there's a lot of over talk on this song.
Yeah.
He starts with, "Hey, well, everybody out there, you better watch out for the guy that told," like that kind of. It's not really singing, but more speaking.
Yeah. It's a good little riff right there, dude. It definitely makes his guitar as similar and the same it can be through the album. He definitely makes it sound different. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
It's like he has that same crunch, but he does so many different things with it. So creative of a guitar player. I think even to this day, I don't think people appreciate Pantera and even Dimebag Darrell as much as they should be.
Well, if you look at it as in
it's been almost 20 years. What year did he die?
Yeah, 2004,
something like that.
14.
I'll have to look it up. I'm surprised I don't know.
I was gonna say, when you have these guys doing stuff. Sorry, let me rephrase that. This album was such a blueprint for what Pantera was gonna do next, and they gave it their all. Their next album was even better because they even found a way to make it different, and still Pantera-ized it.
2004. Yeah. He was murdered.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Medicine Man, what do you think this can be about?
Your drug dealer?
Probably. Dr. Feelgood.
Your bartender, your pharmacist, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah. Your dog.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like this one. It might be at the lower. Like if I'm ranking, this would probably be in my lower third of the songs on the album. That's just me though. I mean, it's still a good song. It's just slips down a little bit for me.
Listen to him do the high voice.
I did listen
that, man.
to him.
I mean, just do that for us. Awesome.
I mean, yeah, see, it still got me going like this.
Yeah.
But the other songs had me going more like this.
This whole album hasn't made me stop moving.
No.
You know? Matt. You want to bring me to the next one?
Fuck yeah. Message in blood.
Oh my God, just listening to that sound, dude.
Yeah.
The groove of this, man. Oh, you know what I was going to mention earlier was, are you familiar that with a show called That 90s Show? A spin-off of That 70s Show on Netflix?
I remember there's a show called That 90s Show. I know there was That 80s Show, but I didn't know there was That Oh, wait. Is that with the family is back to, like, is it the same characters in it?
Somewhat.
But it's got, like, the mom and the dad and, like, like their grandkids move in?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I tried to watch it and I thought it was garbage.
Okay. There's one episode.
Not even hot garbage, regular-ass garbage.
All right. What I was going to say, there's one episode where they have it where the two main characters are need to work out. And they go, okay, come to my gym. And what do they put on? Cowboys from Hell.
Wait, what did he say?
So, two characters want to go to the gym, and you know, like the day before school's starting, and they're like, "Ooh, come to my gym," right? And then they start like a montage of what they're gonna do, and they have Cowboys from Hell as the music that these guys are trying to work out on. You know, like doing chest
Are they
bumps.
total wimps and stuff?
Just one is really, and one is, just trying to get in shape.
That's
but
funny.
the montage of Cowboys from Hell, and it's set in the 90s, and I can see why they picked that song. I was like, oh, that's such a great song for this. And I go, wow, they're picking Pantera for this. Awesome. So I just had to throw that out there. So if you haven't watched that 90s episode.
I love a good montage. A good montage.
All montages are good.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Are you sure you want me to say it?
No. I know you.
Too late. So Greg sent me this on Instagram at bigtalkcg.podcast on Instagram. He sent it to me. A montage. He goes, oh, dude, I thought you would love this montage. It was a montage of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes working out as if they were in Rocky IV. And I was like, great concept, except it looks like they're working out at like different ends of the same gym. I go, wasn't Rocky like the outside running in the mountains natural and Drago to make it even more David versus Goliath? It's like...
Yeah, Drago's working
Gold's
in the
gym versus World's Gym or something.
That's it.
I said, no. He goes, it's a montage, though. I go, yeah, I know, but come on. It looks like...
It sucks.
It sucked. Whoever made that, good try. But, yeah.
I love this. This is great, man. This has such a heavy groove to it, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. Nice. You want to bring me to the next song, man?
Let's go.
Well. All right, guys. This is song number 11 from the Cowboys from Hell album called The Sleep. See, acoustic guitar. Is it going to be ballad? No. But it just sounds like that, man. They wanted to give themselves a certain sound.
Yeah, nice little change up, though, with the acoustic here.
Yeah. And they said Rex was the one that did the acoustic on this.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Dimebag Darrell on an acoustic guitar. How funny that would be.
I think it would be fucking amazing.
Right?
So let's go right here, guys. Guitar World rated this in their 2006 issue, but I'm looking at 2009, as the number 11 greatest guitar albums of all time.
Wow.
You want to go through right now quick and see why they didn't break into the top 10? Who was ahead of them? Okay. So number 10, Revolver from the Beatles.
All right.
Number 9, Physical Graffiti from Led Zeppelin.
All right.
Number 8, Nevermind from Nirvana.
Okay.
It's not a guitar.
I know.
It's not,
I know.
As great as people want to say that album is, it's the guitar album. No. Here we go. Number 7, Van Halen. The debut. Number 6, Paranoid from Black Sabbath. Number 5, Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd. I don't really listen to that enough to decide if that's good or not. Number 4, Master of Puppets.
Wow.
Okay. Number 3, Are You Experienced? Jimi Hendrix.
Got it, Jimmy.
Number 2, Appetite from Guns N' Roses. And number 1 was, hold on. Led Zeppelin 4. I don't know if I agree with all those.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know why I didn't get in that top 10. I could have taken 2 or 3 of those out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I just want to throw that out there.
But for them to put this album in a certain category, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
Yep.
Wow.
Did you also know this album did not enter the Billboard charts until 1992?
I would say yeah.
So it got released in 90, and I looked it up. So in 1992, their album Vulgar Display of Power came out in 92. I believe it might even coincide with that coming. And it didn't hit the Billboard. It was like the Heat Seekers chart. I don't even think it was like the Billboard 200. Okay. It was the Heat Seekers chart. It hit like number 32, 27, something like that. But it took 2 years.
Yeah.
And it didn't even hit platinum until like 92, 93. It finally hit platinum, double platinum in 1997. It took 7 years. I think that's just a lot of people, Pantera's popularity growing and people going back.
Yes.
I think that's what that is.
Yes.
For me.
That's definitely what that was.
Because that and Vulgar Display of Power are their 2 best-selling albums.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, people definitely wanted to go back and find stuff for the new kids, a new generation. Hey, that was my brother's band. Now, oh my God, listen to him. I can hear him now. This is just kick ass.
And this is I don't know, did we say this is the Sleep? Did we talk about that? You did, right, at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, we said about the
track 11.
Track 11.
Good stuff right here, dude.
Yeah.
Nice long solo here. Almost plays it all the way out to the end, dude. This is great. This is great stuff. Meshing both, the acoustic styles in with their metal style right there towards the end. It's great. Dime comes back in.
He's just making that guitar howl, man.
Yeah. How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm not a guitar player. Finger action? Pulling the strings?
Get some of that finger action.
You want to bring me to the closer of this album?
Let's go.
Fantastic album.
Yes.
Woo!
That bass is killer right there.
See, and now you got Rex shining just a little bit, man. Just enough to give it the Rex bottom feel. Woo!
All right, let's talk. Let me just talk a couple factoids here.
Okay.
Like I said, it hit number 27 on the Heat Seekers albums in 92. In 1995, I don't even know what this is. Top catalog albums. What are catalog albums? Do you know?
Their full catalog?
They were albums in. I would have to go through and read about it. It's older albums that are selling well. Let's just say that. Okay. Hit number 8 on that chart, the catalog album. In 2010, it actually re-entered the Billboard 200 and hit 117. That was its highest when it re-entered in 2010. 20 years later was its highest charting. What happened in 2010?
I don't know.
I don't either. I have to go back and look. 2 million in the U.S. It's gold in Japan, the U.K., Australia, and Argentina. This album is loved, dude.
Didn't I read somewhere like right now? If we looked at how many sales, it's at 2 million.
2 million.
This is one of those albums that is so good, so innovative. That why didn't people buy it more?
I don't know.
Or is it at the time when this came out, there was a lot of sharing, music sharing. I think that was towards the end of the 90s, right?
Yeah, I think that was more towards the end of the 90s.
But still.
Like we had said, it looked like people went back, and listened to it. So first you had to be into Pantera in their later days, and then be willing to go back, and then be willing to buy the album.
Yeah.
Because probably whoever got you into Pantera probably had it and said, here.
Sure.
Dub it. Dub copy.
Yeah. Or maybe a CD copy, because probably CDs were big at the time.
Metalrules.com. This is the 85th best heavy metal album. So now we're encompassing all genres.
Okay.
85th best heavy metal. IGN, which is just a media website, entertainment media website. 19th most influential heavy metal album of all time. Its credit is defining groove metal, which is exactly what you guys have been hearing. And Ozzy Osbourne in 2017 said this was among his top 10 favorite metal albums ever. So you got the Prince of Darkness stamping your ass. You're good.
Yeah.
You know what else can stamp your ass real good? The Big Talk Podcast worldwide on social media. You know where you can find us, Greg? On Instagram and TikTok at bigtalkcg.podcast. You guys go to YouTube, Facebook. Just search The Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg. That's Greg with 3 G's, 1 in the front, 2 in the back.
Woo! Yeah, you show 'em, Phil.
There we go. I got nothing else to say.
All right, man.
Greg. Let's
bring
go.
It up. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the first week of our 3rd annual Heavy Metal Month.
Greg, tell them who's coming up. Tell them who's coming up the rest of the month. Tell them who's coming up.
Okay, all right, man. So we got Testament, we got Megadeth, and we got Overkill.
Let's go.
Woo! That's going to be killer, guys. Stay tuned for all those fun episodes. Thank you for listening to us. This is Greg from the Big Talk Podcast with Chris and Greg. See ya!
Let's go. Yeah. It's the art of the shred.
Shred. Yeah.